Wednesday, May 12th. So the moon is in Taurus for the early hours of the day. It is going to begin its void of course journey around 9:30 a.m. It will be locking into Gemini energy around just before 10 in the morning, actually. So, we are going to kind of wake up to unstable ground, to a little bit of chaos, a little bit of a new moon, lunar hangover, if you will. It's going to be a hard start. It's going to be a hard go. But when the moon actually shifts into Gemini, again, kind of amplifying this Gemini energy that the personal planets are already building. And we have Mercury there already. We have Venus there already. Of course, the true node is there. We're just kind of adding to the airiness. We're adding to this shift that we are preparing for. So, the moon in Gemini is very curious. We are emotionally curious. We are mentally curious. We have questions. We're looking for answers. We want to dabble in all kinds of little bits of routines, little bits of multitasking. We're definitely just wanting to keep ourselves busy. Our minds and our heart space are working very hard to agree with one another, and the gap is closing in, and we haven't been on the same page with our heart and our head in agreement for a very long time. It is going to take some time to firmly be kind of planted into place there, but with the aspects that the moon will be making throughout the day, we are really adding a little bit of fuel to the fire here. We are kind of, raising our frequency, raising our vibration, and definitely shaking up the mental plane in a lot of different ways. We have 6 moon aspects taking place, a couple of the most dominant that I want to talk about. The moon will be trining Pluto. So like we kind of discussed earlier on in the week, Pluto is about death and destruction, detaching from the old, seeing where it is that we no longer want these experiences, and kind of creating an emotional transformation first and foremost, shifting gears, recognizing that the intensity of our emotions being triggered in this way creates a breaking point where we no longer want this. We no longer want to be here. We no longer want this situation, this storyline, this timeline, this soul contract. We want change. And so the moon, especially in Gemini, bringing in all this information, focusing in on the details of situation, shaking up our mental perspective, our mental narrative. There are things coming to light. And, we see it on the global platform. We see it in the news. We see the changes that are already taking place. Now, for those of you that are stuck in a fear vibration, kind of, doom and gloom, y'all are kind of seeing the changes for the worst, while those of you that are aligned with New Earth and seeing the Great Awakening unfold, this is an exciting time. So the moon is going to be squaring Jupiter. So again, a square is a tension point. It's a crisis point. Jupiter wants to grow, wants to expand, wants to magnify the details that we are definitely feeling because of the Plutonian aspect in play here. And this is really going to show us not only where it is that we need to grow and expand past this particular point of suffering, but where it is that, yes, we're making the decision, right? Now, a couple of days ago, we were kind of, yeah, we do need to make this decision. Yes, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're building up the confidence. We're building up the optimism. Now it's like we are downloading this frequency where nothing is going to stop us at this point. And the moon is conjunct Venus. So again, Venus, very fresh into Gemini. Venus, very focused on, our physical bodies, our physical environments, where routines and relationships, money matters, and planning for the future is concerned. This is our worth. This is our value. We are being exposed to situations that question our worth and value, and we want to level ourselves up. We want to up our game. So this is really going to highlight for us our desires. What do we want? What do we need? What do we deserve? We've been playing this game for a long time. Venus, well, in her place of power in Taurus, she was not messing around. She was sitting in that throne. She was high up on herself. She was feeling good, looking good. She was confident. She was all up in her feels. She was recognizing where in her personal relationships she was being mirrored back to herself, the inner journey, the inner healing, the inner value and worth she has within herself. And you're definitely going to be seeing this within your own personal relationships. This compounded with the other moon events, this is an intense time. You're reaching a breaking point, a point of no return. We're moving forward. We're done with it. We're done giving energy to anything that is holding us down, keeping us back, not honoring who it is that we are, who it is that we are trying to be. We're getting rid of it. We are done. So another interesting fact here today, this is actually the last day that Jupiter will be in Aquarius. Again, I recommend you check out May's energy forecast. Jupiter diving into Pisces is a big deal. And anytime that the planets are at their last crisis degree, we are feeling the rush. We're feeling the pressure. We're feeling the change. So Jupiter wants us to grow, wants us to expand in a very fast way. He wants us to fast forward through all this bullshit and end up in our future visit like yesterday. We have no patience, right? So all of this energy building up here today is really going to put us in a crossroads, in the crossfire, where we know for a fact, whether we like it or not, that we are moving away from some people, some places, and some things. Now, Mercury trines Saturn. This is the mental plane, blending its energies with the Lord of Karma. We are, yes, logically thinking, practically thinking. Mercury energy wants us to kind of sort through the details. And of course, Saturn has us focused on our obligations, our rules, our responsibilities, our commitments, where we're being held back. But this is a trine, so suddenly we're okay with accepting this. We would have had earlier energies earlier on in the week to illuminate where it is that we're having a hard time accepting, these very definite pivotal moments in our timelines where change is absolutely necessary. And now we are not only accepting of it, we are actually excited about cutting away the bullshit and actually moving on in a brand new form, in a brand new light. We are prepared. This is a cleansing, purge state that we absolutely need. We have a lot of stuff going on this month. We are entering into Mercury's pre-shadow period. We have Saturn going retrograde. We have eclipse season. So again, may I remind you, inform yourself. Please sign up to the energy guide. It's free. You can go on there. I'll keep you up to date on everything that you need to know so that you're prepared and you can expect some of these very dramatic shifts long before they actually happen. So Mercury trining with Saturn is going to get us a little bit down to earth, thinking very practically about the logical steps that we are going to take in order to move away from what it is we've already cut the cord with and what it is that we are moving towards, what it is we're building, what it is we're changing, what it is we're creating. And Venus makes an aspect with Neptune, which is the most beautiful, harmonious energy you could possibly bring into the window of opportunity that we're currently standing in, where we grasp the vision, where we grasp the timeline, where we grasp how it is that we're moving forward, disconnecting from the old and moving towards the new, especially where love is concerned, especially where worth is concerned, especially where money matters are concerned, because it's all reflected in our day-to-day lives. So there's a lot of energy here today. We are definitely still kind of reeling from the new moon energy. We're still kind of, sorting through it all. And we're having a lot of mental activations that will illuminate for you where it is that you're moving forward in your path.